Good afternoon, badass artists. I'm Mia Luyando. Today we are in our book Noel, and we are working on this cute little ornament fairy. We are going to do some skin tones with markers, and then we're going to come back in with pencils. I think we'll use some Evazar London pencils, and we'll do the eyes, and if we have time, we'll do the little ornament, jewelry, earrings, and maybe we'll try some iridescent paint for the background. We will see how much time we have. But I think with that, we'll get started. We have Fiona the fairy here with us. She's lending us some good fairy mojo. I am going to start with these hang fan markers. This is color number 314. It's just a really soft, kind of a neutral skin tone. I will go ahead and zoom us in a bit. Oh, that might have been a little too far. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in and I'm just going to use small circles. And every time I kind of go back using these small circles, I'm kind of going back in over the area that I colored just before. And that helps to avoid streaks. Now I also go back and forth with long linear lines, and that also does a pretty good job. This is kind of a newer way I've been doing it. This was a suggestion of one of the viewers, and I tried it, and I kind of like it. Alcohol markers streak a little bit, not as bad as water-based markers, but they still kind of do it. So I'm just kind of following along here, and keeping it on a straight and narrow path. I'm trying not to let it get too dry before I jump back over and continue on. And it's kind of the trick to it, not letting it get too dry before that next layer of ink is laid down. And if you do get some streaks or lines, don't worry, we can go in with our pencils and smooth that right out. But my goal is to see how smooth we can get it. Without having to worry about going back in with pencils. Now I'm also going to go over the lips, because this color will be the base color for the lips, the little blushy color of the lips. And I hope you're following along at home. If you haven't yet received your copy of Noel, I know Amazon was running behind for a lot of you, and I hated to hear that, but I hope that they are there or on the way and will be arriving quickly. But that's the beauty of YouTube. You can play the video whenever your book arrives and catch right up with us. And just take your time, make your way across the skin tone, across the page. Don't get in a hurry. And I really like these ink fan markers. They are very sheer. They go on very transparent, and you can see everything that's going on with the grayscale right through it, and I really like that. If you want to make it darker, a second layer, you can still see all of the grayscale underneath it, and it still gives you, you know, that darker layer of color after a second coat. It doesn't tear your paper like some markers. The felt tips kind of damage your paper. This doesn't grab or tear the paper at all. And I've used these about every day for a couple of months, and they're still going strong as far as their ink output. A couple of the ones that I use, you know, pretty much every day, this one included, are starting to get a little dry, but I am completely happy with the output of ink that they've given me. Let me do her little fingers before I forget. Because I will forget. Okay, now I'm going to get a little darker. Number 315. And it is just a little darker. And I'm going to go into the shadowy parts of her ears. And this is about a shade or two darker. It does a really good job of blending in and, you know, shadowing and contouring. And as you can see where it's drying, it's just a little bit darker, kind of a peachier pink. But it blends very well. And I'm also going to color in the darker part of her lip. And we'll let that dry. And while it's drying, we're going to take a look at her eyes. I'm going to pull out the Evazar London. And then I thought we would give her some blue eyes. So starting on the outer ring, I'm kind of going around the outside edge of the eye. Let me zoom in a bit. I'm just going around the outer ring of her eye with this color by Evazar. It's called Teal EZ069. And I'm very gently kind of bringing this color in, but not too far. And I'm not making it a solid kind of wall of color. I'm just sort of moving it around here and there. I'm going to do the same on the other side. And again, I'm just going to pull that color in towards the pupil. Not all the way. But I'm going to give it a good outline. Next, I'm going to take a little brighter blue, kind of lighter. This is Aquamarine EZ062. See if you can see that there. And I'm going to continue to bring this color up, just using little flecks. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. Now I'm going to switch over to kind of an aqua. This is called Turquoise, number EZ063. I'm going to capture this center area of the eye. Now, I'm going to get a really dark blue. I'm going to go to a deeper, like a deeper teal color. This one is called Deep Teal. It's number EZ070. And I'm going to go up close to the pupil, and I'm going to pull in the opposite direction, like out towards the ring, outer ring of the eye. we're going to give it some warmth and realism. If I can find what I'm looking for here. Okay, we're going to take a tan color. This one is called Butternut, Easy 016. And we're going to just kind of color that in. Take that all the way up to the pupil. Just like so. All eyes have different colors in them. If you've ever seen brown eyes, they have flecks of green, and green eyes have flecks of blue and brown. And if you want to make a realistic eye, you have to add different colors in them to make them look more realistic. So we're just going to add these flecks of brown in here. Just to sort of even out the eye color. Let me zoom out a little bit. And there we have the eyes. Now I'm going to grab the black pencil. If I keep putting it back in the wrong place. Here we are. We have Rich Black, Easy 001. I'm going to add some eyelashes here. And I'm not just adding dark lashes, I'm also going to add some lighter ones too. But we're going to go in first with these. And now I'm going to get the white pencil and continue adding some lashes. And we're just going to add a few on the top and the bottom just to give this 3D effect. Now, while we're here, I'm going to go ahead and finish her lips. I'm going to use this Peony Pink Easy 039. And I'm going to go to the outer corners and darker areas. And then with a much lighter pink, this one's called just Pale Pink, Easy 034. I'm going to fill in the rest of her lip. There we go. I'm going to add just a little bit more pink on her eyelid. Just a little bit of blush also in the corner of her eye. And I'm going to bring it around her eye socket. Okay. Now, last but not least, I want to go over the jewelry with these new paints that I got. They're by the same company that makes the granulating color changing watercolors. Now all of these are supposed to look different on darker grayscale. They're supposed to look really good on black, but we're going to try them out today on the little Christmas ornament and her earrings, just to see how they show up, if I can get it open. Well, I didn't want to have to tear it, but I'm going to have to tear it, I suppose. They just make it so hard to get into these days. So there we have it. You can kind of see the different colors that they're reflecting. We have kind of a this one's called Opal Pink and Opal Copper, Opal Gold, Opal Green, Opal Blue, and Opal Violet. So, and you can kind of see when they're tilted. So what I'm gonna do is get the paintbrush, and I'm going for the Opal Pink and Opal Blue, I think. Well, there's no Opal Pink. Yes, there is. Opal Pink and Opal Blue. So I'm just going to add some water in those buckets and let the paint activate. I'll go ahead and put some water in all of the little buckets. Let me zoom out so you can watch the process. But I think it'd be really pretty. We will soon find out. I was making a mess. So starting first, I'm going to dip into this Opal Pink and just really load my brush up. And it's definitely taking this paint a little bit to activate. So here we go. I'm going to just add it kind of liberally. Oh, that's beautiful. I don't know, let me zoom in. I can see it shimmering in the light. I'm not sure if it's being caught on the camera or not, but this is incredibly beautiful. I am glad that I chose to do it this way. Beautiful. I really like that. So I'm going to stick with this color and just do the little ornaments for her earrings. And then on our next video, we'll go back in and add some details. But if you found this video helpful, I definitely hope you'll give me a thumbs up. That really helps the channel. It helps other people who are out there looking for channels like these and art tips and tricks to find us so they can hang out and be a badass artist too. And if you haven't subscribed, I hope you will. That way you'll always know when I've I definitely had fun spending some art time with you guys today. And I am looking forward to our time on Wednesday. I'll see you next time.